little bit of a late upload last night for anybody who clicked on it when they saw the notification. But I got some shit going on, man. I got a line of all sorts of little projects and fill my head with economics info and Excel sheet, whatever else, and thermodynamics and fucking all sorts of bananas. And the worst part is all unrelated to lifting. I mean, nothing that's gonna improve my pumps. If anything, potentially gonna kind of get in the way of me making sure I get my meals in, and it could actually affect the pump. And as I'm sure you know, anything that'll kind of get in the way of that, yikes, not awesome. But then again, that's probably just like a physical representation of my irresponsibility with outside factors of the gym, which I should really just maybe get on top of more, so that when I actually do have extra shit, it doesn't interfere. I'm sure there's millions of lifters out there right now. Oh man, I'm busy studying, I can't go to the gym. Come on. I know you're not doing an actual straight 8-hour study session per day, right? You got an hour. You got an hour to get in the gym, man. Come on, get real. Get freaking real. So, what's the plan for tonight? Chest, and potentially a little bit of extra something at the end. Potentially some calves. I will see. But I really wish that this gym had a Smith machine. I would love some incline Smith right about now. But unfortunately, I am be stuck with machine press, I guess I could do dumbbell bench, but the dumbbells aren't really heavy enough. At least not for what I would like to use. And then incline barbell. But that'll still be pretty good, so I'm sure once I finish warming up my tris and my shoulders and a little bit of back, plus some chest activation, that I'll probably just jump on incline barbell like normal. A couple. I think I might tone back the weight a little bit. When I do, like the last chest day was like 3 plates and a 25 for, I think I got maybe 8 with assistance too on a few of those. Sometimes that feels just a little bit too hefty. Like if I'm really on it that day, good combination of rest, food, hydration, everything, and I'm just like extra strong, then it does feel pretty good for me to do a real heavy set, because I'm just kind of throwing weight around, ton of tension. But like, I don't know, I almost want to say good tension, but in terms of actually getting a pump, sometimes when I do a set like that, that's, the reps are already grinders in the beginning. I don't know if that's necessarily the best method. Like if I were to do, like let's say I could do 4 plates tonight. I don't think I can, but let's say I could do 4 plates for like 8 reps, and I do 1 set of that and then move on to like 3 plates for 12 or something like that. I don't know. I think I might kind of want to start off with just the 3, and instead of trying to push the weights on that first set, maybe cut it down weight-wise and do a little bit higher volume. So let's say maybe I get warmed up, and then the first set is just with 3 plates, and then maybe get, I don't know, like 15 or something like that, and then just kind of keep it at that same weight for a couple sets, and then move on to whatever kind of squeezing movement or whatever I want to get into. But again, I'm just kind of nitpicking at styles and trying to change shit up. I don't want to do the same lift twice. Definitely not twice in a row. But as long as I do my 5 or 6, I don't really know how many sets I'll do. I kind of have to go by feeling. Or I'm kind of going by feeling right now. If I do 5 sets, and just based off, I guess, all my experience so far training, and like how pumps feel and how lifts have felt, if I hit set 5 and I'm like, yeah, I want to do a few more, then I'll do maybe 7 or 8. Or maybe let's say I hit set number 4, I do like 3 sets of incline bench and then 1 set of cable flies, and for whatever reason, like those incline bench sets were just like perfect, like they were crazy good good squeeze, good fatigue, good pump, and then I do one set of flies, and I'm like, dude, my chest is on fucking fire. I'm fully pumped. I can't get any crazier than this. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's kind of a style that I'm trying out right now. But yeah, so once I do those sets or whatever, no matter what order or exercise selection they are, as long as the sets are hard, I know I'm going to be satisfied with the lift. I could do 2 sets of incline bench, 2 sets of cable flies, 2 sets of machine press, and as long as all those sets were hard and good, that'd be a good workout. Don't get too in detail with the particulars of how your lifts should look. As long as you actually do hard sets, you're good. I could do a bicep day where I do fucking 8 sets of just normal dumbbell curls, and so as long as I'm fully pumped and I feel like I've fatigued my biceps in their entirety, I'm like, damn, good ass lift. Let's go check the pump. So same thing with back or anything else. I could just sit there and do 3 sets of pull downs and then 3 sets of cable rows, and if I feel well fatigued, I got a good pump, just overall I'm satisfied with the lift, then I think that's within the range of volume, which is going to be good for you. If you're doing oh man, yeah. And then, I don't know, even if you do a lot of volume, like let's say you're busting into like the 15 set range, I mean, sure, those sets may not be as intense as like a 5 set workout, but you're still kind of like overloading your whatever muscle you're trying to hit with work. So I think that's still going to work too, man. When I started out lifting, I was doing like 25 sets a workout. So my chest and tricep day was literally 25 sets of chest and 25 sets of pushdowns. I was doing like a 5x5 style, 5 exercises, 5 sets each. Now those sets were kind of fluffy. I think I would have been better off with sets where I really made sure everyone was like pushing it to the limit, in a Dorian Yates, Mike Menser-esque style. I do kind of lean towards that technique. But as long as you're in the gym and you're going hard, you're going to be making progress. And if you don't, if you plateau, then, just take a step back, look at what you've been doing, and try to adjust it accordingly. So I'm going to try not to let this Jeep crash into me and park and get started. He's working on it. All right, let's get in there. All right. Now that was a nice little freaking pump. Today was kind of weird for me. Usually, it's hard to distract me before I start my lift. Now I don't mind being in here for like an extra hour and a half talking to somebody, or if there's a little posse, and we're all just kind of walking around, whatever. Everybody's done lifting. It's kind of just like a hangout spot in a way. Of course, after the workout's over, But I don't know. Today I was talking to one of my dudes in there, and I was going on for like 30 minutes. He was done, and I hadn't started yet. But usually it's the other way around. Usually I wait until I'm finished before I start yapping. But whatever. I took a little bit extra long with my warm-up too. I usually don't show it just because it's kind of, there's not really much to say when I'm warming up. I just do some tricep pushdowns, some rotator cuff activations, like, when you grab like a light pair of dumbbells in front of the dumbbell rack and you sit here and you do these, really just kind of get my whole shoulder joint warmed up. And then when I'm on the cables, some rows too. I want my back to be nice and activated so I can have a stable base to press from. I'm sure any power lifter worth their salt, when they hear me say that, they're like, yeah, he knows what he's saying, right? And then some, cable presses just to make sure my pecs are nice and warm. Going through that whole process, apart from the fact that it just makes me feel better when I'm pressing, it feels better to be warmed up before you throw any crazy weight around. I think that goes without saying. But it also it'll tell me if anything's a little funky. Like, my right chest has a history of being a little fucked up. One time when I was younger, I say younger, it was only like 2 years ago. This was back, I feel like I've told this story before, but I'll bring it up again. I'd say this was my worst pec injury. Now, it wasn't like hospital worthy, it was just No more chest for a while, let it kind of heal itself up. Like there's no bruising on the skin or anything. But I'm doing flat bench, which I never do. I happen to, all the other benches were taken. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And of course I go too heavy. I'm doing like three something flat. Just rep after rep. Probably didn't even warm up enough either, like a total chump. But, you know, rep number 5, oh, feel something. And not like a snap. Like I've never had like a tendon or anything like that rip off, but the basic description of how I hear that kind of shit goes is like when you pull a tendon off, or if you really hit something like that, you don't necessarily feel a pain. It just kind of happens, and then you're like, oh shit, fuck, you know. But with a muscle, that fucker hurts. So I'm doing my heavy reps, which totally was not warmed up enough for. Total chump move. And my right went real kind of deep. Oh, burning. I fucking instantly have the guy who's spotting me grab it, rack it. Or actually, no, I think maybe I did an extra rep too, just to push through it. If I was being a total fool before for not warming up, I was being a complete fucking idiot for doing another rep. Fucking beyond rookie move. But yeah, I didn't do any heavy pressing for chest for like 2 months. I wanted to totally let it chill out. So every so often, if I do something which kind of tweaks it, like let's say I don't get very good rest, not very well hydrated or well fed, and then maybe I do a chest day and jump into the weight a little bit too early without warming up, then sometimes I might feel it a little. So that warm up it can be a bit of an indicator to me, like, okay, you feel a little tight, you feel a little tense in there, maybe you should chill out, do a bit of a lighter squeezing day instead. Or maybe if it feels really crazy, no chest at all, just do something else. So the warm-up serves 2 purposes. For me with chest requires the most warm-up out of any lift, just because it's kind of, well, obviously you got a lot of moving parts, especially inside of your shoulder, which are pretty delicate, and you can fuck them up pretty easily. And not only from just like hearing that, but from my own experience, I just know that when I do a good warm-up, I make sure my triceps are exposed to some weight, plus my front delts too. I mean, I'm not just doing a little bit of rotator cuff work. I'll stand in front of the dumbbells, do a couple rotators, do a little bit of rear delt activation, do some front raises, because my front delts are going to come into play a little bit, and having just everything up here warm is going to make me feel better when I really try to push it weight-wise with the pressing. Yeah, but what the hell was I even saying? Oh yeah, no. So today I spent extra long warming up, partially just because I was doing a little chatting during the warm up, but made pressing feel pretty good. Maybe I'm going to take a little bit longer with those. Now these warm up sets that I'm talking about, they are not working sets. This is not me doing legit work. I'm just sitting there with a moderate weight, maybe 5 reps of tricep push downs and then racking it done. So. But good hard sets, definitely like having a spotter. And like I was saying on the way in here, I am having separation anxiety. I miss the Smith machine, man. I miss it. And they had some of the best Smith machines I've ever used in this gym. I don't know why they got rid of them. It doesn't hurt, but it's just a cold ache on my soul that they got rid of those. But another benefit of having multiple gym memberships, if I'm really dying for an incline Smith, I'll just go somewhere else. Boom, problem solved. So, hard chest day. Time to transition back into studying mode. Not ideal, but whatever. Get some meals in me. I'll probably do, yeah, this is kind of a classic. Whenever I have to sit down for a while, I don't necessarily want like multiple little plates of stuff. I kind of just like having a big bowl to sort of pick at for a while. So I'll do pounded ground beef, like 5 slices of American cheese, barbecue sauce, and then 2 packs of instant, like Ben's instant rice. So that ends up being, I don't even know how many calories. I'd have to track it. But, it's upwards toward about 100 grams of protein. Now, this is not all in one sitting, and this is over the course of like a while. But like 100 grams of protein, getting up in like the probably 50 grams of fat-ish area. and then about 150 grams of carbs. That's not nothing, man. That is a pretty solid amount of food to get into your system, and in a pretty, easily downable fashion. The one thing that I kind of make sure I do is whenever I'm eating, or whenever I'm kind of making meals for myself, I try to make sure that they're reasonably moist, well sauced, because it's just no fun to chow down on something dry. Like if I was just sitting here with a big ass plate of rice and chicken, and oh man, yeah, like the dining hall chicken. Of course, I don't have to go to the dining hall now, but when I did, man, it's just not ideal. You know, if food's easy for you to eat, then it's going to be easy for you to eat more. So in a dining context, that might not be what you're looking for. If you're trying to cut down, but if you're bulking up, that could be exactly what you're looking for. Yet another 12 sighting. Unlucky for that guy. So that'll probably be the plan for tonight's next meal. And then after that, I don't know. Have some ice cream or something. Oh yeah, the Wendy's. Yeah, I forgot I was headed over there. Oh, yeah, I just got excited again. Oh yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, main idea, get a good lift in. Get all sorts of calories in from whatever source of your choice. Now, of course, I want you to couple that with high quality protein sources. When I say I kind of like to eat whatever, and it's just calories, it's just food for the furnace to burn through with your training, I do believe that. I do kind of stand by that in terms of a muscle gaining sense. But protein, you got to be a bit of a stickler. You can read, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of something that's like quote unquote high in protein, but it's probably just a trash source. Let me think. I don't know. If you read on your packet of bread 5 grams of protein per slice, I don't know. I'm not inclined to believe it. Let's say you have like fucking, let's say you love fucking toast or something with your breakfast. You got 5 slices, 25 grams of protein from bread. The whole deal with protein is it's not just like one thing, it's a whole array of amino acids. It's like 12 fucking things. So, sure, it says protein. It says it on the nutrition label. That looks cool. It's like, 5 grams of protein. But look, I'm not inclined to say that is a high quality source. You're going to want to be biasing contractile tissue, milks, eggs, beef, chicken, fish, anything under the sun. I'd say when it comes to animal products, any dedicated protein source, or honestly any kind of stereotypical protein source that you would think of, chicken breasts, ground turkey, ground beef, egg whites, it's all good for you, man. That's what you should be getting into your system. So tomorrow's going to be a back day, and I'm sure I will be moderately upset because by the time that I'm lifting tomorrow, I will have done a lot of studying as well as an exam, and then start studying for my next one and be working on some projects. But I'm going to make sure it doesn't affect the pump. That is not even a question. So I'll see you tomorrow for back. And of course, no matter how busy it gets, cardio in the morning. Don't forget it.